What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a great short week. The Miami Hurricanes have defeated the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 70-13. I know Brandon has a lot to talk about the game. At the end of the day, it is Bethune-Cookman. We're expected to dominate that game, obviously. It shouldn't be a close game. Brandon, where do you want to start? I know there's a lot to talk about. I know a
Yo,
lot of people want to talk about the defense, but where do you want to begin about your game, about the football game? Overall thoughts.
uh, honestly, man, I think we always start off positive. You know what I mean? So, you know, for one, I told you last Wednesday, if we don't beat them
Right.
by 40, then, it's like, we're in the same predicament as last year.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, we beat them by what, 57, 56?
50, yeah, 57, 56. Yep.
Yeah. So, we did what we supposed to do. So, kudos. Heads up, I'm there. I'm proud, to say,
70.
hey, my guys did it. You know what I mean? And they did what they supposed to do. So ain't got too much bad to say.
No, 100%. I mean, if it was up to the marching bands, we'd probably get blown out. But that's I'm grateful we don't compete with Bethune-Cookman when it comes to that. You know what I mean?
I agree. Won't that be something else though? If like you get like 10 points for whoever marching band wins and all that, dog. Won't that
You
like,
you've seen the movie Drumline, right?
yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I have.
I was always curious if the movie Drumline kind of
Yes, it does.
represented kind of like what
Yes, it
goes
does.
on.
So you ever been to the battle? You ever been to the battle of the bands?
No, I have not.
Well, sooner or later, we'll link up and check that out. But yeah, they play on the field, and then if it's a close 1-2 or 3-4, then they actually get the drum lines out, and that's how they win. That's how they settle like an overtime would be the battle of the drum line bands.
Damn, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the game, Brandon. Defense is always a hot topic. I know you played in the NFL. You're one of the best safeties to ever play at the University of Miami. A lot of people were a little bit annoyed by the defensive performance. We gave up 5 plays for over 20 yards against Bethune-Cookman. I'll be honest, our linebacker play, I don't want to single out any players, but it needs work. And I honestly think we should play a lot of the young guys. You got guys like Chase Smith, Wesley Bassant that are hungry, they're young, they're more athletic than some players we had starting in that game. I think they can move a lot faster. They can take better angles. I think Wesley Bassant, Mario Cristobal even stated in his press conference, they're trying to speed him up and get him ready for that starting role.
The problem with playing a young guy is not about his play. It's more about the mistakes that gonna be made. Like that's why you barely ever see a top ranked defense with 3 freshman linebackers. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the mistakes that's gonna be made, especially from that position, that's a hard position to make up from. Like that's like your safety, your free or strong safety making a mistake. You gotta, so when you're putting a freshman in, you gotta guarantee yourself, 6 busts a game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If them 6 busts on plays that come to him, that could be 6 touchdowns. So you can't just, throw people in there. You gotta they actually gotta know what they're doing.
Mike mentions, call people out because our younger players need to do it. I think Corey Flagg, I think ultimately we've identified him as a role depth chart player at the Power 5 level. That's what he is. I don't think he's a starting Power 5 linebacker. He's just too slow. We've identified that. Wesley Bassant comes in from Miami Central. He's a 4-star recruit. Big expectation coming in. Local player from Miami, fan favorite. Do you think we will see a different lineup come against Southern Miss? Because I
No,
would love to see younger players just get more snaps against a weaker opponent before we play Texas A&M.
no, I don't think we'll see a different lineup. I think you'll see more of the young guys playing. Yes, I think so. Last week they got a bunch of snaps, but this week I think you'll see them get a lot more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And the reason they doing that is to see if they could play without no mistakes and still play fast.
yeah,
So now if they could do that, then yeah, you got a chance to have them, hit the road and keep running. You know
right.
what I mean? They'll be playing a lot against Texas A&M, but if not, then you can't put them out there.
Yeah. No, I agree. At the end of the day, you have to know your assignments. You have to know the playbook. If they don't know what's going on the field, then there's going to be an issue. Ultimately, it doesn't matter
Correct.
how old, how young they are. Um, I am curious though. If you put Wesley Basaint in the starting line, you get the majority of the snaps. Take away Corey Flagg from getting those snaps. How much of an impact it is defensively.
Uh honestly, so yes, I am frustrated with the defense a little bit. But what people got to understand is like that defensive game plan wasn't for FAMU. That defensive game plan wasn't to stop FAMU. That defensive game plan was a game plan that you'll see against Texas A&M. That's for Texas A&M. Texas A&M don't have a running quarterback like FAMU. Like FAMU quarterback is a running back or a receiver playing quarterback. So let's not get it twisted. Like now, if we was playing Florida with that same defense and Florida with Florida quarterback, then we'll have a problem. But like, let's not get ahead of ourselves and think like, oh, that game plan we had was a FAMU game plan and we gave up all that. Nah, that's not what happened.
Right.
Just
No,
like this week, this week game plan. Like, yeah, you gonna have a Southern Miss game plan, but the game plan this week will be a Texas A&M game plan. They're gonna be a little, and I guarantee you see the same defenses called against Texas A&M.
I'm curious what you think about our defensive line because we only got 2 sacks against Bethune-Cookman. We were rotating a lot of players, which is fine. That's the expectation against a week one opponent. But we only got 2 sacks. Akeem Mesidor, in my opinion, out of the 17 snaps he got 4 tackles. He got a tackle for loss. He got a sack. I thought he did a good job.
What number?
Akeem, God damn,
Come on,
he's a
man.
new player.
I ain't a name guy. I'm the number guy. You give me a number, I got you, buddy.
Akeem
Listen,
Mesidor. Help me out, Canes fans. What's Akeem Mesidor's number?
I know somebody know it.
But we only got 2 sacks, Brandon. Is that kind of a red flag?
Oh, number
Two
90. Oh, right, yeah.
flags
Yeah.
against a Bethune Cookman.
No.
He's number 90, by the way.
Yeah, I just seen that. No. That's not a red flag on the defense because, like I said, when you got a running quarterback like that, yo, it's hard.
Yeah,
Like, how many times did we blitz?
not too much. I don't think
My
we were
point. From what I could count, I counted 4.
fourth.
I
Yeah,
counted
exactly. Out of a full game, that's nothing.
correct. My point. So no, you you just telling D-Line, all right, go. And it's not like he was sitting back there dancing. Now, if he was sitting back there dancing, then I'd be like, hey, we got a problem. But he was sitting back there like, all right, I got to get up out of here. So the
Right.
defense was the D-line was doing their job. Now, do I think they need to do better? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it was like it should have been a lot worse. Yes. But when you got a quarterback like that, bro, it's so hard to get sacks.
Yeah. I felt like if we applied pressure to the quarterback for Bethune Cookman, he just rolled out of the pocket. anytime. You just take off for 10, 15 yards.
I agree.
Jones. He was the quarterback at well, he played at Florida, and then he transferred over to Bethune-Cookman.
I agree.
And he had good wheels. I mean, I honestly thought he was very athletic. He was fast enough. I thought he can sneak into a G5 program, maybe a lower tier Power 5 program based off of his athleticism with his legs as a quarterback.
And I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, but a lot of people though, a lot of people is putting way too much into this game.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm happy about is that we didn't play down to our opponent. Like,
Yep.
you remember last year? Last year, this game would have been, 31 14, 31-21, something like that. Because we would have played down to our opponent. That's what I'm happy about.
I think in 2019 it was a really close game. Manny Diaz's first year against Bethune-Cookman.
That my point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you got that kind of stuff, that's what you worry about.
Yeah.
Like, that was a stat game for us.
Yeah.
Now I want to see, with this little bit of success, do we come back next week and
Yep.
play the same way? You know what I mean? Like, do we build on next week? Like, if we keep building, then you know what I mean, we're gonna be it's gonna be all in.
Or we're favored by 26 points. I think if we win by 30, it's fair. I mean, I don't think Southern Miss necessarily is an awful football program. Frank Gore Jr., the son of Frank Gore, he's on their football team. I think he's a decent running back. So, if we win by 30 points, I think that's a good sign going into Texas A&M. Ronnie asked, do you feel the slow linebacker speed because some of the quarterback scrambling gains?
No, like, so when the quarterback was scrambling, we was in man coverage. Like, regardless of if it was Eli Manning, he would have scrambled for 20 yards. Like, that's what happened when you're in man coverage.
Yeah.
Like, you have nobody to account for the quarterback except the D line.
I felt like our safeties played very well. We had 3 turnovers: Frierson, James Williams, Cam Kitchens. Obviously,
But Fry's that's number 3, right? Ain't he a linebacker?
They wrote it. I think he's a striker primarily.
But we don't have a striker on this team. He's a linebacker.
Fair.
So is either a linebacker or safety. He one of the two.
I think they utilize him in the nickel at times.
Ain't he? He's slow though, ain't it?
I mean, I don't think he's fast. I don't think he's slow. I think he's just in the middle.
All right.
But what's your perspective so far? I mean, James Williams, Cam Kitchens, Avante Williams, kind of the 3-headed monster. I know you had, when we spoke on Monday, you were really big on Cam Kitchens. I think he's going to be a very good player. Just your overall thoughts on the safeties.
I love them. I love all 3 of them. I think all 3 of them would start anywhere they go in the U.S. I don't think it's nobody in the U.S. and college that got a better 3 safeties. Like, watching them. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there's some good safeties out there that I would take with them, but it's hard to find somebody with 3 good safeties like that. Like, they're actually legit.
I think they're very good. This is my opinion, and people may get mad, and I understand you. I know your opinion on this topic. James Williams, I like him more in the box. I don't like him in coverage primarily.
So this is what you got to think about, right?
Right.
So let's say we play, somebody like with a tall tight end,
Right.
like
Georgia, Daryl Washington.
Right. Like right. So if you go out there and you put even me or Cam Kitchens out there, like, yeah, we could cover them with feet, but when they throw jump balls, you need Williams out there. Like, so who better to get him practice on than the people that he's with, than the people that you know you're gonna win anyway. Let him go out there, cover, build his confidence, and then every now and then in a big game, you tell him, hey, look, you go cover, I got you over the top. Don't worry about you won't get burnt. And until his confidence get high enough to where he said, hey man, don't worry about it, I got it. Look, that's because if he get to doing that good, then you definitely got 3 first rounders right there.
First round.
I'm telling you, 3 of them. All
You
3
heard
of
it,
them.
fans. Brandon Meriweather stating the Miami Hurricanes have 3 first round safeties, and they're all
3
underclassmen.
3 first round talented first round talent safeties.
All right.
3 first
Fair,
round talent safety.
fair, fair, fair. Okay. We'll
I
see.
like all 3 of them. I'm telling you, I like all 3 of them a lot.
I hope so. That would be fantastic. If they all get drafted in the first round, then we'll be winning a lot of games in the next
And,
couple
and
years.
we gonna win a lot of games.
All right.
I'm telling you, we gonna win a lot of games.
We've covered majority of the defense. Cornerback play we haven't touched up on. I know you primarily the cornerbacks. You didn't think Tyreek Stevenson had a good game. I know he missed. He kind of blew some coverages. What are your thoughts overall about the cornerback play? And then everyone's going after DJ Ivy.
DJ Ivy gonna have to stand up.
Here's my thing, though.
You gotta stand up.
Here's my thing, Brandon. I'm going to say it's top of my head. DJ Ivy's probably been in this program for 5 years. Top of my head, thinking this. We've already identified him as a backup player. I don't think he's a starting Power 5 cornerback. I think he's a rotational cornerback utilized in certain situations. Why not mix up the lineup against Southern Miss? Why not have Corey Couch on the outside, Tyreek Stevens on the outside? You got Daryl Porter Jr. playing nickel. Why not give those guys a chance? Switch it up. And then maybe throw in DJ Ivy for third down or certain situations.
DJ Ivy a senior, right?
Yeah, he's been here for a long time. And
That's why.
COVID year, it's been a while.
So one thing that you never want to do is play with a senior that been playing. So like Stevenson, DJ Ivy, both of them been playing for a long time. So you kind of have to play them guys to get them where they need. What you know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you get them too drafted and they still talking good about the school, like them recruits that we've been missing, we get now because them guys still talking to them. You know what I mean? Like especially like DJ Ivy from Miami.
South Dade, Homestead.
You know what I mean? So if you mess over him, like it's gonna be hard to like get them kids again, man.
But if you win games, though,
It's still gonna be hard because the worst thing for a program is for his own players to say, "Man, don't go here." Like I had a player at Florida who literally, I'm on the visit saying, "Man, don't come here, man. They don't like players like you here. I'm telling you, you come here, it's gonna be a mistake. Don't come here, bro." Literally. So that right there was an X off rip. Like for the own players to say it, like it's a reason. So you don't want that. You don't want that going on.
don't want to switch over offensively, but Frank Latson, he also attended South Dade Senior High School where DJ Ivy attended. Wide receiver play for me, Brandon. I'll be honest. After Xavier Restrepo, I think we have to identify a couple other playmakers. Brashard Smith, Romello Brinson are the first 2 guys come top of my head. I think we've identified Frank Latson. Do you remember Ryan Moore?
Yeah.
Frank Latson to me is literally, if I had to compare a player, it would be Ryan Moore.
That was my roommate.
I don't want to sound mean, Brandon.
No, yeah, listen, you can't sound mean. It is what it
I
is.
mean, I just don't think they have the X factor ability. Meaning, there's nothing elite, there's nothing special about Frank Latson and then your roommate.
I What number is Frank Lassie?
He's number 8, and he transferred from Clemson.
Oh yeah, that buddy. Honestly, I don't even remember him playing. So apparently he ain't do much because I honestly didn't. I don't. Remember I had to call you and ask you what number he was because I still didn't see him. Like
Right,
I have no idea who he is.
right.
Like, but it's gonna be one game. Like, it's gonna be one game where he goes off, and you're gonna actually see what you seen when he was playing at Clemson. Like he'll get one game like that, and then hopefully Tyler start trusting him, and he start building that with Tyler, and he get that.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do. We need help at the wide receiver position because after Restrepo, I honestly think we have good tight ends. Elijah Royal, Jaleel Skinner. I think they can play over Mallory. I think
I,
they're
I
that good.
think I think to be honest with you, I think our receiver room is better than people giving us credit for.
I think Texas A&M has a better wide receiver
Oh,
rotation.
absolutely, absolutely. And you know what's crazy? One of them players, receivers at Texas A&M that started, one of them that started at Texas A&M wanted to go to Miami. He literally,
Brown or Amari Daniels?
huh?
Yo Keith Brown or Amari Daniels?
Yeah, Yoki
They
Brown.
both went to Miami. Oh,
Yeah, Brown.
Yo Keith Brown went to Gulliver and then he transferred to Miami Central, I believe.
Yeah, you're 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 wanted to come to Miami.
He wasn't a take at Miami. I don't understand why. They didn't want him. I don't
I
get it.
know, I know.
I
He
don't get it.
wanted to go to Miami, and many of them said no.
I don't get it at all.
They said no. So, but with that being said, dude, I still think they gonna be, what I mean, legit. Like, don't get it twisted. The boys we got could play. I just personally think they didn't have enough coaching last year to where you'll feel like they're gonna be good enough this year.
We have a good coaching staff. I mean, we
This year.
paid a
This,
lot of money this year. Yeah,
this year. But last year, when them boys getting into the what's the name, like I don't think they was coached very good.
yeah. No, 100%. But we need some players to step up. We need some X factors to change the game. We don't have a deep ball threat. We didn't even go deep one time where people say, "Oh, we weren't opening up the playbook." We'll see against Southern Miss, but we don't have a deep ball threat. Keyshawn Smith, who did very well on special teams, didn't get one target. I'm not a big
Why don't?
believer. I don't understand that. I'm not a big believer of people saying, "Oh, we were saving our players against Texas A&M." We don't want to open up the playbook because I hear it every year, Brandon. I hear it every year. We don't want to open up the playbook, and then you guys realize, oh, that was the playbook. I'm not saying that Josh Gaddis didn't necessarily that's his playbook. I'm not saying that, but I don't think we have a deep ball threat. I really don't think that.
A deep ball threat is a deep ball threat. I don't care how you want to look at it. Like, you could be 4'8" and be a deep ball threat. It's about catching where you catch the ball at, no matter fast or not. Like, you could be a deep ball threat. The question is, do we have somebody that could go get the ball when it's in the air? That's the question.
And I don't think we have that.
I disagree, man. I disagree. I disagree. But
Who
I
do
can
you
tell you this: for us to beat Florida State, we're gonna have to throw the ball. Like, cause they front seven is legit enough to stop the run. So we're gonna have to throw to beat them. But like I said,
I think that's going to be a better game than a lot of people think.
oh, absolutely,
I think it's going to
absolutely.
be a closer game.
So what was funny to me, yesterday, Monday, when Clemson played, So, what was funny to me is I actually got on Twitter and I was about to post something, and it said I seen on there that said the Clemson team remind me of the '03 to '06 Miami Hurricane teams. A great defense with a trash offense. Dog, I almost lost it. Dog, what? People really think like that about us, man?
So that Clemson team, I mean, they didn't have any offense whatsoever. Their defense was phenomenal. You know, you said it before we went on live. Kate Klubnik, the offense was just night and day with their freshman quarterback in that drive he played. DJ Ugale, it doesn't get going. He's not. They try to at times do like a quarterback draw where he can take off and like he's a mobile quarterback. Like I guess his height and frame, you can kind of compare him to Tim Tebow necessarily, but he's got nothing of that. He's no threat at all running the football. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's inaccurate several times. I just don't see it with him. They got to go with the freshman.
Um, I think you go with him until he play himself out of it.
Till they lose a game.
No, not lose a game because you don't want to lose. But I think you go with him until, like, let's say they playing us, and he's still the quarterback. If we go up by 10 points, then you could say, and he make a turnover, then you could pull him and say, all right, look, you got to come out. All right, we got to see something else. You know what I mean? Like, he gonna need 3-4 bad games before you could say, hey, we got to put the other guy in.
Right.
If not, if you putting them in while y'all winning, now you getting people saying, oh, you know, it was racist and it was all this and then, you know what I mean? And you don't want that.
How do you think Miami stands right now? I mean, we're probably Clemson. We're going to face Clemson week 11 in Death Valley. Right now, what you've seen of both teams, how far, how close, or are we better or even compared to Clemson?
Even. I think we even.
Even.
Yeah.
We are halfway through this show, the Brandon Meriweather show. We got Southern Miss coming up next week. The people want wings, wings, wings. And Brandon DM me, he's got to take a piss in the restroom. We'll be right back.
Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida. Brandon Meriweather, Miami Hurricanes legend, two-time NFL Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, and member of the only undefeated 2007 Patriots that went 18-0, historic NFL regular season record. Book Brandon Meriweather and other celebrity speakers at worldsportsalumni@gmail.com. That's worldsportsalumni@gmail.com. Or you can reach them at 702-941-4812 at worldsportsalumni.com, the world's largest pro athlete association. Have you been to aboutthefans.com? Some of the best quality apparel, stickers, and merchandise out there for University of Miami athletics. Owned by Stickers by AB. Use the discount code SCOOP on all orders and get a discount on every purchase you made and free shipping over any orders of $40. That's aboutthefans.com by Stickers by AB. Go check them out. Some of the best Miami Hurricanes athletics apparel, merchandise, and stickers out there on the market. World Sports Alumni uniting all professional athletes globally. Whether you are a former or current professional athlete, a rising athlete, or a business, everyone has a reason to be a part of the World Sports Alumni. The WSA is the only professional athlete association in the world interconnecting all athletes from all sports together under one umbrella. Once again, that's WSA, World Sports Alumni. Go out, reach out to them at worldsportsalumni.com, uniting all professional athletes.
All right, we are back. The Brandon Meriweather Show, Week 2, Southern Miss. Miami's here by 26. We got to take care of business. We got to dominate Southern Miss. I want a healthy, no injury game. Frank Gore Jr. is coming back home. I think we're going to dominate this game, Brandon. I really do. You know why? Something a lot of people, I don't know if they've commented on, if they saw. People love wings, by the way. Tyler Van Dyke, he didn't make any bad passes at all against Bethune-Cookman. He didn't try to push the football against tight windows. He really just managed the game, kind of took what the defense got him. And, he threw for 200 passing yards for only really like 3 quarters and a half. I mean, he played half of the third quarter. I honestly think we have a special quarterback, and I love how Henry Parrish was so involved in the first half offense. He was really the primary target for the entire first half. And Jalen Knighton wasn't playing. Neither was Don Chaney. We have a lot of weapons in that running back room. Jalen Knighton's coming back against Southern Miss. And I think we're going to put on a lot more points.
Hold on. Didn't Tyler, ain't this like his first game not throwing for 300 plus yards?
Well, yeah, because he only played, really one half.
So they messed up the man's streak.
I mean, it's Bethune-Cookman, though.
Come on, Miami. Let the man throw for 300 yards, man. Give him a couple more pass plays.
He never went deep. The longest pass was like 20 yards to Xavier Restrepo. We really just threw short routes. Henry Parrish, he actually led the team in receptions in the first half.
Yeah, I listen, it's impossible for us not to throw a deep ball this week. Like, we're going to have to, because you got to practice that. Right. Like, and if you don't practice that in the game, you think you're just going to come out against, what's the name, and throw it? Like, even if they let the backups throw it, they need to throw it, though. Like, if they don't do it with Tyler, they need to throw it with somebody.
Like I said, we need to identify a deep ball threat. We're going to get Jacoby George back. Keyshawn Smith, he's going to be implementing the offense a little bit more. I would hope so. Rashard Smith, we can use him in an H-back role, in my opinion. I think they're going to use Jalen Knighton as a receiver as well. They're going to have Henry Parrish on the field. They're going to have Jalen Knighton line up as a receiver.
So this is the problem with that. What do you do with Restrepo when you put Jalen Knight at receiver? Because he's going to have to play the slot. It's not like he can go outside and play,
It's not going to be like every play, though.
It don't matter. Like I'm asking, what do you do? Now, what you could do is
step on the outside. I really don't.
You could put both of them. You could put Jalen Knight and Parrish in the game together, and
21 personnel.
Yeah, and just use. But that'd be great to get people into their base personnel, and then put him at receiver. So now you have to put a safety on him, and that'll leave a lot of one-on-ones.
Yeah.
Either people got to play a lot of one-on-ones, or they got to play a lot of zone. But the problem with that is, if you put both of them on the field together, Jalen Knight and Parrish, if you put both of them on the field together, I'm going nickel, because it's 2 little guys. Like, who they gonna block? Like, what I'm saying, like, hey, no, we got to put our linebackers in there, because if you want a safety or a corner to take on the lead block from Jalen Knight, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, you like, I get it. You know what I mean? It might work once or twice, but nah, once you like ain't neither one of them no killer blockers.
I agree. Don Chaney, I mean, he's like, well, I liked how Thad Franklin was moving the football. He's a bowling ball offensively. I mean, short yardage situations, goal line situations, you're in the red zone. You need 3 yards, 2 yards, 1 yard. Thad Franklin needs to be in the game. But Don Chaney, once he gets back into that running back room, watch out. He's a difference maker. What he did to Henry Toto, the Alabama linebacker, he took him out of that game. Took him out. He lowered his shoulder on Henry Toto, SEC linebacker. Took him out of that game. I think that's something special.
So where do you see him playing at? That's my question.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't know how you're going to rotate 3 running backs, in my opinion. I've never been a fan of it. I don't know how you spread the carries, the snaps amongst three running backs. I think you always stick with two, and then the third one's on the outside looking in.
Now, what they could do, since Chaney hurt, leave him. Put him as a red shirt. Red shirt him this year. Let Jalen in, because what year this is for Parrish? He like a junior, ain't it?
Yeah, it's
A junior,
confusing with the COVID year. No, he's not a senior. I think he's like either a redshirt sophomore. It's confusing with the COVID year. He was in the same class as Cheney, in my opinion, because he went to Columbus, Cheney went to Belen.
But Jalen Knight came in with them too.
Knight out of Deerfield Beach came in the year of 2020.
He came in with so he a junior?
Redshirt sophomore, I think, with the COVID year.
Well, so all of them came in the same year.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so, well, some got to give. Some got to give. It's a good problem to have, but some got to give.
It's a good problem to have. You want to have depth because injuries happen all the time. Don Chaney was he was out the rest of the year this past season. So it's a good problem to have, especially if there's running backs that are injury prone more than others.
I agree with that a lot, but ooh, Murray, is somebody gonna transfer?
No, I agree. No, I agree. I've been saying it the entire offseason. 3 running backs is trouble. You're not going to be able to give everyone playing time with 3 running backs. You're going to have 2, and that's it.
Franks ain't going nowhere. He the only big back we got. You know what I mean?
He's a big running back too.
Who?
Chaney.
He a stocky running back. He ain't,
Franklin's kind of like that old school running back. You can play fullback.
Yeah, I agree. I want to know how fast Franklin is, because he looked like if he get going, he might be missing.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, he actually looked like he could run.
Okay.
You just never see him open up because it looked like he always waiting for something. Like, I want to see him get in the open field and see if somebody catch it.
Hey, we'll find out. Maybe we'll see that against Southern Miss. But Jalen Knight, if he's gone, he's gone.
Oh, yeah. That's why I like him.
Yeah.
That's why I like him. I like him a lot because of that.
So, Brandon, before we wrap up tonight's show, what's your prediction against Southern Miss? And then we'll open up for question and answers.
My prediction is we'll end up being 41. I say 45-20.
45-20. So you're going against the spread. You're off by 1 point. The spread is 26 points. If you were a betting man, you would lose money against Miami.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna beat them by. You know what? Nah, I think we'll beat them by 26. Now that I think about it, 26. I think we'll beat them by. I just don't know. I don't know enough about Southern Miss to.
Their quarterback's awful. Their offense is Frank Gore Jr. Their offense is the son of a Miami Hurricane football legend, NFL Hall of Fame player.
And how is he though?
I think he's a very good running back at the G5 level.
So he's
He's
not better than none of our
5'8",
running backs.
he's 5'8" with pads. With pads. He didn't get one Power 5 offer.
He didn't get no Power 5 offers.
None.
All right. So listen, I still think I think they look up and score 14, but I still like us. I still think we gonna score 45 points though.
I agree. I think it's 45, 45-15, 45-18. I think Miami puts up 45 points. I think offense dominates. I think Frank Gore Jr. is successful running the football in the first half, but I think the game slows down a lot and there's a lot of separation in the second half. It's going to be hot as hell. It's going to be a noon game. I think Miami takes over in the second half easily.
I don't think so. I think they gonna actually have a chance this game to actually show you what these linebackers actually look like.
I hope so. I really want Corey Fleck to do well. It's not promising. Jay Vickers asked, we're going into Q&A, how many wings can Brandon eat sitting down?
None. I don't eat meat.
There you go. All right. I didn't expect that answer. I did not expect that answer.
Nah, I stopped eating meat about 3 years ago,
Good for
and
you.
I opened wings like 5 years ago. So, when I was eating meat, I eat probably about 20 wings, a day.
You're sticking with the celery sticks now.
Yeah, man, that's the only thing I eat: the celery sticks and the potato.
Beyond burgers and celery sticks.
Yep, that's exactly what I do.
Those are very good, by the way. Beyond burgers. I'm not gonna lie. Who do you think will be the X factor this weekend? Offense and defense.
The X factor for defense, I think, gonna be a bunt, and I think the X factor for offense gonna be Knight.
I think X factor offensively is going to be Henry Parrish. I think defensively is going to be Cam Kitchens. I'm expecting another turnover. I think he is our guy.
Hey man, hey man, stop taking my little homies, man. Dang, I'm a little homies. So, hey, I'm with you though. I could see that. But I just want a bunt. It's a bunt turn now. He the only one that ain't got one.
Yeah, it's his time. His
Yeah.
time.
So Kitchens got one. Williams got one. Now, the difference is a bunt gonna run his back.
Oh yeah, you're right. Which I like. I prefer to see instead of just going down.
Hey, I like that question. Now, how many touchdowns and yards do TVD rack up?
I say 5 touchdowns, over 300 passing yards.
I don't. I think he get 260 passing, 4 touchdowns. I say that 3-4 touchdowns. But I think we're gonna run. Better yet, I say 250, 3 touchdowns.
That sounds more right than my answer.
Because Geddes is so run heavy. He want to establish the run. He want to get the run.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. He does want to establish the run game. I agree. You're 100% right. No, we'll see what happens. I mean, I really think Tyler Van Dyke's a special quarterback. I think we have a good year. Maybe he'll win a Heisman. We'll see.
I do too, but I think Geddes is more thinking we know what we could do with Tyler. Like, let's see what we could do with everyone else.
I'll say this. They brought Henry Parrish from Ole Miss for a reason. They're going to give him a lot of snaps.
But I think at some point the cream always rises to the top. You know what I mean? I think Jalen Knight is the cream. That's just me.
You're big on Knighton. I'm big on Parrish.
I'm serious. Like, Knighton is like a close your blank. You might miss it.
I just love Parrish, man. He came from the SEC. He came from Ole Miss.
What does that mean, though?
Amazing against Bethune-Cookman. He took
I
over
think
that.
I think he was good.
I think he
But
was
you,
great.
but Tim, answer this one question before we go. What did he do that Knight wouldn't have? Because a lot
Basically,
of them,
running
a,
back.
a lot of them plays that he broke through there, I feel like Knight would have scored with.
I agree. I think Knighton. You can put him at receiver. You can put him in open space. He's going to make the first man miss. Parrish isn't that style running back.
So what kind of running back is he?
Henry Parrish kind of reminds me. Who does he remind me of?
Like Clinton Portis?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
I could see that.
That's fair. Because Knighton is like a special running back, man. There's not many running backs you put at receiver. Like I honestly think Knighton can play slot at the Power 5 level as a receiver. You put Knighton in open space, he's shifty. He makes people miss. I prefer utilizing him primarily on the inside at slot and then at times moving him into running back.
Mm.
He kind of reminds me. There was a running back um, I think he was at Northern Illinois. Wolf.
Which Wolf? Little Wolf? The little short dude?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Knighton's
Yeah,
a
I know who you're talking about. I know who
yeah.
you're talking about. I think his name Earl Wolf, actually.
So
I think I know who
he's
you're
at
talking about.
Northern Illinois, and they utilized him as a receiver and a running back.
Well, let's see.
All right, we'll see. I mean, look, we need both of them, and I know they're very good football players. So, hey, I want them both to do really well this upcoming game and against Texas A&M because that's a
Hey,
big.
you going to the Texas A&M game?
No, I'm not. I'm going to Clemson. I'm not going to Texas A&M.
All right, I'll be in Houston, so you know.
Let me know how the long drive is, and
I got you.
me on the road trip. Just
I got you, my brother.
all right.
All right, homie.
All right. Well, guys, appreciate tonight's show. We hope Miami beats Southern Miss by 40, and always all about the U. Go
Yes,
Canes.
sir.